Dana Foster here on Nationview Entertainment, and right now I'm joined with Juno Award-Winner Murray Porter. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
All right, I wanted to talk to you about your song, Is Sorry Enough. It's about the residential school and how it affected Aboriginal people. Now, can you tell me, take me back to when you're sitting there right in front of the paper,
Well,
and
here's
it's
what
blank.
happened, right? My partner Elaine and I watched the apology on TV, and of course, a box of Kleenex later. It was a very emotional time, and about 1 week to the day later, we decided that something needs to be done. We need to write a song about this. Elaine's mom, who has now passed, went to residential school for 10 years, and she lost her language because of it. And my grandmother is another story. Went to residential school, but I didn't know. She forbade my mother to ever speak of it. I didn't know till after I wrote the song that my grandmother went to residential school because she was so ashamed of it. She did not want us to know that she went there. So I didn't even know till after I wrote the song. So it made it even more poignant.
So she went
to residential school.
Why was she?
She was ashamed because she lost her language. Mm-hmm. She was ashamed because they took her from her community, took her from her family.
Did they make her feel ashamed?
Yes, of course they did. Of course, and that was the whole point of residential school, is to get rid of that Indian part of you and turn you into the melting pot, turn you assimilation. Mm-hmm. And she was so ashamed of it, and I never knew, and that really touched me that she was so ashamed that she wouldn't never. I didn't even know about it. I'm 51 years old. Mm-hmm. I just found out about it, and because she was so ashamed, and that's generally that's why people they're hurting inside, mm-hmm. because they've been stripped of their language, they've been stripped of their culture. And they're sent back. They're kicked out of the residential schools, and on the reserve they don't want them. They don't speak. You don't speak our language anymore. You don't know our culture. They go to the city. You're just another Indian. So they're stuck between two worlds, and there's nowhere for them to go. And so most of them end up on the streets. They end up on the drugs and on the booze. Try to escape what they've lost, or try to regain. They're just nowhere. They have nowhere to go. They don't want you on the reds. They don't want you in the white world.
And then we get funding from the government, and that gets cut.
Well, see, yeah. So they said they were sorry, and they give you a check. Yeah. I mean, what does that really do? I mean,
where does that money go to? I mean, some of that money is not properly managed either, because they haven't been educated with, and people take from them again, and they're getting taken away from again. That's not really solving.
It doesn't solve anything. And so the premise of the song is they said they were sorry, mm-hmm. and I say, is sorry enough? Is it? No. We need to be educated. We need healing. Instead of big checks to people, $10,000 is like the most they can give you somebody. Mm-hmm. That doesn't do anything. I mean,
what they need is a bill up over a
what they need is counseling, and what they need is healing. Yeah. They need to find themselves again, and so I don't know. This song is just trying to raise awareness of this fact, and actually trying to heal the people that have been through it. I know I've brought many of a grown man to tears with the song, mm-hmm. Because it brings back so many bad memories. But yet, if you gotta go through it, you have to live through it so that you can heal. If you don't recognize it, and if you don't recognize what's happened to you, if you try to put it to the side, it's not going to work. You have to. It's hard, but you have to live it. You have to relive it and realize that it's not your fault. Many residential school survivors, it's not your fault. You didn't do it. They did it to you. So just remember that. Like, I'm sorry,
No, I'm gonna start crying.
No, it's not their fault.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us here on Nationview Entertainment.
Right on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Peace out.